Lexo Street. All who going up Lexo Street. Come up the road now, man.
Who drive?
Oh, Santana, what going on? Where you off to?
I go in by my friend and eat a little Indian delicacies for arrival day.
Arrival day? Arrival? What is that?
That's when the East Indians came to Trinidad.
Eh? Well, I really know about it now. Tell me some more now.
I was having this conversation with Narayan. He actually thought the book a flight and they came down with his stupid self. No, arrival day is when the East Indians came to Trinidad as indentured laborers. Yeah, man, it was quite a story. Let me tell you the story. After slavery was abolished, the plantation owners in the Caribbean states needed new forms of labor. Since most of the formerly enslaved Africans refused to work the fields anymore, the plantation owners needed an affordable and resilient labor force. They tried the Chinese, Portuguese, and other groups, but none were as productive as the Africans. They were not used to the harsh tropical climate. With profits falling fast, they needed a solution. After their long search, country to country, trial and error, the plantation owners looked to India.
तुम्हारे से लटकी हो अब घर के आसपास मुश्किल से ही कुछ कर पाते हैं मैं तुम्हारी शादी दुकानदार करीम से कर दूंगा
नहीं पिता वह को अमीर
आओ चले आओ रुको या वापस जाओ रुको
India at this time was going through a rough period. There was high unemployment, poverty, revolts against the British from time to time, and famine, which means no food. Things were hard for the average poor person. Then indentureship opportunities presented itself. Indentureship is just another word for contract work. Offers were made to able-bodied young Indians to work and live in the Caribbean for 5 years, then to return back to India with fat pockets. To the average poor person, this seemed like a great deal.
Ah!
So, from as early as 1845, the first indentured laborers came to the Caribbean. The largest group was sent to Trinidad and Guyana. In Trinidad, the first ship is remembered to be the Fatal Rosac. All cramped in the lower decks of the ship, these Indians of different caste and religion endured the long trip to the Caribbean. On docking in Trinidad, these new immigrants were taken to Nelson Island, a tiny little island off the west coast of Trinidad. There they were checked for any diseases, processed, and assigned to various plantations to work. They were sent to places like Caroni, Canaan, Picton, and Union Hall, to name a few. Now, those days were rough. There were no motorized transport like buses, taxis, or rideshare to take it to the estate. Trains came later, but for the most part, they had to walk to these estates.
So you telling me the people and them had to walk? Name a little taxi man themselves? A little man with a little donkey cart or something like that would give them a little drop for $5? Oh, the jail is this?
Conditions were harsh. The immigrants were housed in barrack-type houses. Families lived in close quarters with each other.
Shut up. You shut up. You shut up. I saw you look at them, Sanjay.
So you telling me the neighbor and the main family and the next neighbor and all of them was living in the same hall, boy? In the same place? That probably was real bacchanal.
The wages were small. They worked for as little as 25 cents a day for some jobs. The women got even less. After the 5-year period was up, some Indians wanted to return back to India. The estate owners tried their best to keep this labor force from leaving, offering parcels of land. The majority took the parcels of land and moved off the estate, setting up their own homes and communities. As many as 140-something thousand indentured laborers came to Trinidad over a 72-year period, with indentureship ending in 1917. Most Indians stayed farmers working their own lands, while others got into commerce and different circles in society. Now, it's well over 100 years since the first ship arrived here in Trinidad. The national community has observed a special day to commemorate the arrival of the immigrants that came to our shores way back then.
What? Don't make joke. Wait, that's a fascinating thing. How come you know that? But here now, since you go my partner for some food and thing, I say, well, you know, I go tag along. Hey, you understand? Yeah, man, yeah, like, look my belly bad. You understand? Wait till this thing.
Nah, I don't have enough food for
Nah,
me.
come now, man. You could share that, man.
It's not my partner, you know. It's a little friend.
Well, that small thing. You understand? Nothing wrong with that.
Alright, wait right here.
Oh, wait. Is Jock the man Jock me? He didn't pay me? Oh, gosh, man, you.